Hey folks, problem number one, you're going to set the two sides equal to each other. You find out that x is 4. Some people stopped right there. And so that's a 4 out of 6 because we're going for how long is this whole side here. So you got to plug the 4 back in and you end up with 22 on problem number one. On problem number two, you have to do the Pythagorean theorem. So I'm doing the Pythagorean theorem. I end up with 7.4 for x. I'm calling this piece right here x. So that's 7.4. Then we got to double that. Now 7.4 was a rounded number on Desmos. Let me jam over to Desmos real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you put into Desmos the square root, you go SQRT right here, SQRT, right? And then we want to put our work underneath the square root sign. So it's going to be 10.3 squared minus 7.2 squared. That the 7.2 squared gets subtracted to the other side. And so we get, 10.3 minus 7.2, right? So we're going 10.3 squared minus 7.2 squared. And see this right here, if you round it to 7.4 and then double it, will give you actually the wrong answer. So what you want to do is you could go to the next line and go 2 times my answer right here, right? So I can copy that and I could paste it right down here because then I'm taking it out way past the tens place. And now you can see if I look at the tens place, that's a 7, and you round, well, you look to the right of that and it's below halfway. So we're going to round down to 7. And so 14.7 is the best answer on number 2. On number 3, you set these two expressions equal to each other, find out how big x is, you plug the x back in for the x right here, and 6 times 13 plus 1 gives you 79. And then this angle is 21, so this angle down here is 21. On number 4, it's a 2-to-1 relationship. So the short piece is half as much as the long piece. So what some people do is they call this x, this 2x. Together, there are 3 x's. So 3x equals 48. Divide by 3, you get 16 for x. So this piece is 16. This piece is 32, twice as much as this piece over here. Coming up here on this guy right here, I stuck that into GeoGebra. And when I did that, I get 4.3, 3.7. This is the centroid right here, the centroid. So if you want some help figuring that out on GeoGebra, I'd love to come over and help you out. All right. Let's go down to this one. What angles are less than angle 5? So when I look at angle 5, it's an exterior angle. I want the remote interior one. So 8, 1, and 2, but also angle A, B, C. I kind of counted that as a bonus, because we somewhat glossed over that idea that you really probably should use 3 letters here. Not should. You definitely need to use 3 letters. So A, B, C. That would be the full complete answer, but I took 812 as a full score. Then it says what angles are greater than 8. So 8's in here. It's an interior angle. So 5. 5's the one that's greater than 8. That's the only one. Let's come down here. To put them in the correct order, the angles, you got to go from the angle that's across from the shortest side. So that's the Q. Then the medium side. Here's the medium side. So there's R. So Q, R. And then there's the largest side. So that's S. If somebody had S in this spot, I gave them 3 out of 6. If you had these two turned around going with the same as what we had on the practice test, you didn't maybe notice that I changed the number down here to a 7. All right. Going to the back side of the test. Zoom in on this. There were 2 that make a triangle, 3, 4, 5, because 3 and 4 add up to be greater than 5, and 3.1, 3.1, and 6.1, because 3.1 and 3.1 adds up to 6.2, which is bigger than 6.1. The rest, the 2 smaller sides don't add up to be greater than the third side. Like this one right here, 3 plus 4 is 7. It needs to be bigger than 7. So this is a no. So going to the next one. To get the largest it could be, you add the 2 together. 10 plus 19 is 29. To get the smallest it could be, you subtract them. And so 19 minus 10 is 9. Coming down to this guy, which side is bigger? JK is bigger because it's across from a bigger angle. You can kind of clearly see what I'm doing here. I'm just pasting right over the top of what the test prep was, a different angle. So the bigger sides across from the bigger angle, smaller sides across from the smaller angle. Going down here, you needed to set this expression less than this angle right here because this side is smaller than this one. This is the hinge theorem. So I'm setting, this inequality up. I'm solving. X has to be less than 7. But you also have an angle there. So you say 11x minus 4 is greater than 0. You solve that guy, you get 4/11ths. Going to our last, I think that's our bottom. Yeah. Okay, so let me zoom out, make sure I'm not missing anything here. There's number 12. I look for a drawing. Julia goes out in this direction, and then she turns 70 degrees. So the 70 belongs out here. The 110 is on the inside. Leo's going out this way and turns 45 degrees north of west. And so 135 is on the inside. So this is the way the drawing should look. Julia's the closer one. Thanks for watching my video.